Here are your childhood teddy bears, all my fellow and future outlaws, as this is Card Games vs. Humanity, and I am that NAKAK Double G. Here with that weekly Yu-Gi-Oh! Recap that you all know you need, you know you want, and you know you just can't live without. So if you enjoyed, don't forget that sub and that bell and that like. Hit up that Patreon if you want to see some more content. Leave a comment telling me if you would agree to a duel over a card before simply asking who the hell this person was in the first place. But enough about that, let's head back to our episode, shall we? One that begins with our heroes now consoling the now awakened Mokuba. We see the older Kaiba literally near death in a dungeon with no one around to help him. So naturally, Yugi assures that the other Kaiba that he knows he's already safe and will surely find him.
Who would have believed Pegasus would keep his word?
Believe it or not, I did. Our favorite sandpaper Croquet appears and makes sure to remind the gang that Pegasus is definitely down with an illness and not in the other room getting his stomach pumped and also getting his eye treated because, you know, it's bleeding and, you know, just had it ripped out. Handing over to Yugi a very special and extremely girly card that looks like a Nerf version of Change of Heart called the Ties of Friendship. Also, here's the check for $3 million, no big deal. Joey snatches that shit up instantly because he knows there's no operation on the planet that costs $3 fucking mil before Croquet kindly asks them all to fuck off and leave the island. Mokuba starts calling out into the void, just kind of hoping that his older brother will hear him on a giant island. Yugi says he could literally be anywhere on the island, so naturally he appears immediately on the other side of the gate, and holy shit, he's smiling. That's fucking scary.
Let's not get all mushy and gooey, you know? I can't take it.
Yeah, I know. The same thing happens to me when I sit outside in the sun for too long without moving. Oh. Are we not talking about being overweight? Mokuba hugs his brother and claims he never gave up on him, which we all know is bullshit because he flip-flopped about as many times as Big Show has had heel turn. Before we're handed a real moment of Kaiba acting like a real human and thanking Yugi for saving his brother, explaining that their last duel was not conclusive and the next time they meet in battle, someone will win with honor and pride. What the audience doesn't know is that this is the show's greatest trick of all, convincing everyone that Seto's going through some sort of character development for changing that shit back right around real fucking quick.
I've been called many things through the ages. Pharaoh.
Well, okay. I'll give you that.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
No one's ever called you Yu-Gi-Oh! As a character name.
I've been known as Yami.
That's also wrong, but I'm way too pissed about the last one to talk about it right now. Everyone freaks out because all the boats have already left, so they have to hitch a ride with Kaiba, except for Bakura. He sticks around while they leave immediately, claiming that he gained the real prize of this tournament, while the animation budget drops by about 50%. Holy shit, it's Yugi's mother. She'll definitely become a prominent and very important character moving forward in the series, right? Right?
She doesn't do shit.
They leave the hospital without paying and then go for a nice stroll down the sidewalk before something terrible happens.
1, 2.
Damn, Gramps, you gotta get with that DDP yoga. A random small child appears with the biggest frickin' travel bag in the history of humanity, calling herself Rebecca and demanding the Blue Eyes White Dragon card back from Solomon Moto, whoever the hell that is.
She talks to the bear?
Joey just got back from a tournament where stealing souls and erasing people with Hakai was commonplace, but somehow a small child talking to its toy bear is just too much to bear. Did you see what I did, bear? Unfortunately, being an 8-year-old is much like being the wrestler Batista, only able to say, give me what I want it, so give me it now, give me what I want, instead of actually explaining anything about who you are or how any of this came to pass. Joey then shows everyone what a good role model he is by threatening to beat up a small child over a mild insult. How will the child retort?
I will eat you alive.
Bear can talk? Yeah, fuck this, I'm out of here. Our heroes head to a dueling arena nearby, because I guess those are just common now, because apparently Kaiba Land is already done in Season 1 and they need permission to use one to make the duel more epic. Hi, my name is Mokuba, and I guess you saved my soul from the grasp of an egomaniacal dictator who was trying to resurrect the dead, but I guess I can let you guys use one of them, I guess. They enter the dueling arena and Gramps is ready to destroy this bitch, but the sound of her voice is too much to bear and causes him to hold his head for about 7 frames before Yugi says the single best line in the entire series.
Grandpa was just released from the hospital this morning. He's in no condition to be dueling.
Dueling put this man in the hospital, and now that he's out of the hospital, dueling is too much for him or he'll put him back in the hospital. Anyone gonna tell me how he even made it this far? Rebecca begins the duel with, shit, Witch of the Black Forest in attack mode. I mean, good card at least. Apparently just this one move gives Gramps PTSD of a duel he had once back in his life. You know, because no one's ever started a duel with Witch of the Black Forest before. Never. Yugi is unimpressed though, starting this duel like he starts about 70% of his duel with Zelda Link's Awakening, destroying the Witch of the Black Forest and... Jesus fucking fucking Christ, did you hear that scream? Did it really need to be that graphic and brutal? Yes, we did, because apparently we got a graphic and brutal montage of her just shuffling her deck after she got a monster from Witch's Effect. Follow that up with another good classic monster. She summons Sangan in attack mode for some reason. Damn it, woman. I want to root for you because you're using decent cards, but you're making it really difficult. Yugi isn't amused though, as he kills Sangan right away instead of summoning a stronger monster and doing way more damage before proving to everyone why someday he's gonna make a great father.
I'm not yelling at you!
Grandpa thinks this duel is very familiar despite being about 2 turns with very basic monsters so far, before Rebecca activates Tribute to the Doom, another actually good card used on a 1400 normal monster that makes sounds that just shouldn't be possible. Now, I know I point out these noises quite a lot, but you all know he's gonna start using him way less soon, and when he's gone, you're gonna miss him. Rebecca goes into serious mode, setting a monster face down in defense position as Yugi counters with a summoned skull. Although I'm about 90% sure he never actually declared an attack, she flips up the Millennium Shield, showing her love for McDonald, doing 500 damage to Yugi's life points for attacking into such a massive defensive wall. Activating the Ring of Magnetism and reducing her monster's defense a little bit, Yugi says, I don't care, it just passes his turn. That he really does. Unfortunately, this leaves our hero open for her to summon the Cannon Soldier. Another good card that shows you how American she is for actually having them, but just, using them very poorly. Thanks to the ring, every attack Yugi launches will be redirected towards the Millennium Shield. Thanks to the Cannon Soldier, every monster she tributes will do 400 damage to Yugi's life points. He better think of a strategy. The episode ends with Grandpa finally asking this little girl who the hell she is, revealing herself to be Rebecca Hawkins, the granddaughter of some guy that apparently he was a bit of a dick to long ago.
Took you long enough to ask.
It really fucking did. Well, that's it for this week's episode. I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget that sub and that bell and that like. Leave a comment telling me if you still have a Millennium Shield card saved from back in the day, you fat rascal you. Tune in next week where we get the conclusion of this duel that I don't even remember taking 2 turns. I'm sure it'll have strong consequences moving forward. And of course, a shout out to all my patrons. I'm thinking about making some burgers after I, edit this episode. Onions, blue cheese, hot sauce, sharp cheddar. I talk about food a lot, don't I? This has been the Man for Earth with all the girth, ladies and gentlemen. Be the character you know you're worth. Also, that bear was fucking scary. I need a hug.
Oh, wait. Are we not talking about
Beoing? Jesus Christ. I need water. Before we're handed a rare moment of Kaiba acting like a real who. A rare who? Before Rekka. Joey then shows everyone what a good role model he is by threatening to beat up Joey then shows hi, my name is Mokuba, and it's not like you didn't save me from the grasp of an eagle mind. Only to say, give me what I want it now, so give me it. Unlike